NGR.
This video is on the channel. Hold on. Damn, can I read first? The videos on this the videos on this channel tend to revolve around crimes, horror, and strange, often disturbing stories. You want him to watch this video that bad? If you find that kind of story disturbing, please consider watching. Man, fuck all that, bro. Come on, man. I played the scariest of the scariest games before,
One of the most common suggestions to make a video about, and one of the most common questions on Q&As that I get, is what is the most horrific case I've ever heard of? It's a case that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of by now, but I'm not sure if you've ever heard about it in complete, gruesome detail.
Dire trip. Alright, tell me about it, lady. What am I missing out on?
This is the story of Junko
Oh, that's a
Faruta,
nigga.
widely considered to be one of the worst crimes ever committed in human history. So for the love of God, please don't watch this if you're sensitive to extreme violence, especially of the sexual variety. Trust me. Junko Faruta was a young woman who was born in Misato in the Saitama prefecture of Japan. Her family consisted of a mother, father, an older brother.
Mike damn buzzing.
Her family consisted of a mother, father, an older brother, and a younger brother. She attended high school at a school in Saitama while working part-time at a plastic molding factory after school. She was saving up for a big graduation trip she was planning. She was all set up to start working at an electronics store after she graduated.
Really?
She was fairly popular and well-liked.
Electronics store, though, out of everything? I mean, I can't be mad. You know, you can't even be mad at that, you know? For real, for real. You know, she could be good with fixing, like, PlayStations and shit like that. I need my shit fixed, bro. My PlayStation 3. That shit caught a mean dust bunny in it and exploded.
Big graduation trip she was planning.
Shit fixed.
She was all set up to start working at an electronics store after she graduated.
Fuck?
She was fairly popular and well-liked by her classmates. She had great grades and was hardly ever absent. She was active, attractive, and attracted a lot of attention, which made some people jealous. She didn't drink, didn't smoke, and definitely never touched any drugs. This made her seem very lame in the eyes of the thugs around the school. The Yakuza
the eye of the thugs.
Wannabe.
Oh,
made her seem very
Yakuza wannabes. Okay, never mind. Those, we know about how those niggas get.
Very lame in the eyes of the thugs around the school. The Yakuza wannabes. One of the boys in this group was named Hiroshi Miyano. He actually developed a bit of a crush on her and wanted to get physical with her. He proposed this and she refused. Hiroshi was a pretty big bully in this school, one of the only ones actually involved with the younger members of the Yakuza at the time.
Oh, fuck no.
Usually, nobody dared defy him.
I wish the fuck I would be a damn lady and a Yakuza member asked me the hell out and I turned that nigga down. I don't know what the fuck to expect. I'm probably expecting 3 other members to pop out of trees out of nowhere and start chasing me down the street on some shit. I can't do that. I'm sorry, bro.
He couldn't believe that Junko actually had the gall to turn him down. Hiroshi did not take this well at all. He couldn't believe that anyone would ever reject him. He took it as a complete and total insult. He got together with a few of his wannabe Yakuza buddies and they all hatched a plan to get revenge on Junko. They would get another one of their friends to attack Junko, and then Hiroshi would come to the rescue. After he won a bit of her trust, they could take her wherever they wanted. On November 25th of 1988, Junko was riding her bike home from her part-time job when an unknown boy attacked her and knocked her off of her bike.
What the fuck?
The boy who liked her, Hiroshi Miyano, was conveniently across the street while the whole thing happened. He came to Junko's aid and scared off the random boy. He then offered to escort her home.
Was that the plan, to walk her home, gang? Instead of just asking if you could, on some regular nigga shit? That was the plan? Knock her ass out first, then see if you could walk her home? That was the plan, my nigga? Yeah, bro. See, I'm talking about some shit Leek would do. Shut the fuck up! That's some shit Leek would do? The fuck up, nigga. Shut up! Your ass up!
Everything seemed to be going as planned. While Junko didn't actually trust him, it seemed better than the alternative of possibly being attacked again.
I don't even know who the hell Tickle is.
She didn't have any idea that Hiroshi harbored any sort of hatred towards her. She wouldn't have imagined that he would be planning anything like this. Hiroshi took Junko into an abandoned warehouse and revealed his Yakuza connections to her.
Fuck no.
He then took his time rolling her over and over. Then he took her to a hotel.
Fuck no, bro.
In the hotel, he called his friends, Joe Ogura and Yasushi Watanabe. From then on, he and his 3 friends took turns assaulting her. Unfortunately, this was not their first time doing this, as they had just recently done it to another girl in the past few weeks. They decided that they were having far too much fun to just set her free again. There was also the possibility that she would call the cops and tell them what happened,
It makes,
and they
bro,
couldn't...
see, that's the like, I don't know, bro. Like, being a woman and working with niggas that's in the Yakuza, bro. Like, even when I was playing Yakuza 0, bro, and, Makima, was that the girl name? I forgot. Even just seeing the shit that they put in the games, bro, I can't imagine it. I'm sorry. I feel bad for the ladies that somewhat fuck with niggas that be in the Yakuza or be around Yakuza niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie, they be putting them girls through damn hell. Genuinely.
Have that. The next morning, Hiroshi took Junko to a nearby park, where Joe, Yasushi, and a 4th boy, Nobuharu Minato, were waiting. They learned Junko's address and used it to threaten her, telling her that they would kill her entire family if she tried to get away.
Grab a drink.
Alright, man, let's pause it, y'all. Go ahead. Tank finna grab a drink, y'all. Let's go ahead and pause it real quick.
The 4 teenage boys then took her back to Minato's parents' home, where
run,
they
boy.
continued to assault her. This is where, for 42 more days, she would be held prisoner.
You better run to get that drink.
On the 3rd day that Junko was missing, her parents were dealing with the police, trying to get her found. Knowing this would happen...
as I was saying, though, bro, I don't know, bro. I feel like... Who would y'all rather... Alright, so say, for example, right? And no death penalty is not an option. Pleading the 5th is not an option either. You had to turn this way, you see the Yakuza niggas. You turn behind you, it's the cartel. Which one would you rather run through? And both of them niggas are mad at you. They're angry at you. They're ready to blow your head off. But you gotta choose one side to run through. You're in an alleyway. And both of them lead to an exit. Which ones are you running through? Yakuza or cartel? I ain't gonna lie, bro. All you dead ass do is just look up to the sky, bro. And just whoever comes at you first, bro. Genuinely. That's all you can do at that point, bro.
The captors made her call her parents and tell them that she had run away and was staying with a friend, safe and sound. She was forced to ask her mom to stop the investigation.
Oh, let's run it back.
Captors made police trying... On the 3rd day that Junko was missing, her parents were dealing with the police, trying to get her found. Knowing this would happen, the captors made her call her parents and tell them that she had run away and was staying with a friend, safe and sound. She was forced to ask her mom to stop the investigation. They held Junko captive in the bedroom, forcing her to pose as one of the boys' girlfriend. It didn't take long for the parents to realize that this was a lie. Eventually, they dropped the whole girlfriend act altogether, as it was very clear that they weren't going to get in any trouble.
Leek to a Dante.
Immediately after arriving...
Leek to a Dante. Bro, why you act like I just be making... My reactions don't be over a fucking hour, bro. I just gotta get off what I gotta say real quick. And then we unpause it. Most of the shit I gotta say be taking like 1 to 2 minutes. For real, for real. I don't be going on tangents to goddamn just talk, bro. Come on, man.
Forcing her to pose as one of the boys' girlfriend.
I ain't a crazy yapping streamer.
It didn't take long for the
Sometimes
parents
if I
to
rewind,
realize
I want to
that
get the
this was
full
a lie.
detail. Like I'm gonna do it one more time.
It didn't take long for the room, forcing her to pose as one of the boys' girlfriend. It didn't take long for the parents to realize that this was a lie. Eventually, they dropped the whole girlfriend act altogether, as it was very clear that they weren't going to get in any trouble. Immediately after arriving at the home, the boys forced Junko into becoming their toy. They beat her relentlessly and raped her countless times a day, often taking turns. They were proud of what they were doing, regularly boasting to their friends that they had a woman trapped and
I'm glad
ready
it's
for
in
their
that old Twitch either, bro, because I ain't gonna lie. If they would have heard that shit, I would have been fucked.
and countless times a day,
I'm gonna have
often
to cut all
taking
this out in the
turns.
video, though.
They were proud of what they were doing, regularly boasting to their friends that they had a
I know I'm
woman
probably gonna get
trapped
some
and ready
reaction
for
video.
their personal use. They invited a load of their friends to come over and have their way with her. In the first few days, at least 30 of them her, and at least 100 knew of her imprisonment. Even women were invited to come see the spectacle,
That's so
with a young
sick.
girl even being invited to come over and see the prisoner, who then took a pen and doodled on her face. By the day 7 mark, Junko had been already completely stripped of all of her humanity. She was forced to be naked at all times and was constantly
Just cause she told this Yakuza wannabe fucking loser no. Just because she told this Yakuza wannabe doughboy ass nigga no, bro. Like, bro, what the fuck? See, bro, this is why niggas, like, I don't know, bro. This is why, I don't know, bro. I don't even know how to even put this, bro. Without even, like, because I don't know. You know what? Never mind, bro. Never mind.
constantly beaten
You know what
and humiliated.
niggas know what I'm trying to say,
They would
bro.
shove her into the freezer for hours when they were bored with her, only pulling her out when they wanted to assault her again. Nobuharu Minato's brother and parents were living in the same house that she was being held in. His brother did nothing, aside from informing him that Junko might die at this rate. His parents were afraid to intervene as they had seen Nobuharu's violent nature firsthand. They also knew of his association with the Yakuza and feared of their possible retaliation.
This is the main reason why I find, like, all of that. Bro, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. This is why every nigga does not deserve to be goddamn trying to do this, like, relationship shit. Because a lot of niggas cannot handle rejection. And I mean, at all. Like, I know some niggas that can't handle rejection. Yeah, but this is on a way farther case, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. This is on a way farther case, bro. Genuinely. Not being able to handle it to the point where you do all of this shit. And the thing is, nigga, how old did they say they were again? Because based off the pictures I'm looking at, they look like they probably know. That skinhead nigga looked like he was no more than like 14. 16, 17, 18. Nigga, they're in fucking high school, gang. Now, hopefully, at the end of this little nigga got life in juvie, jail, whatever, my nigga. Hopefully, at the end of this, I'ma see that. But, the fact that, bro...
Nothing, aside from informing him that Junko might die at this
That nigga
rate.
was moving like this at
His
that
parents
age.
were afraid to intervene as they had seen
Hopefully he got
Nobuharu's
juvie jail
violent
for life.
nature firsthand.
But imagine that nigga
They
in the
also
open
knew of
world
his
at age
association
like
with the
25,
Yakuza
6,
and
7,
feared of
8,
their
9,
possible retaliation.
31, 32, 33,
And
34.
most disgustingly, they worried about losing their good reputation in the community. After about 10 days of this torture, Junko's body was already starting to fail her. Because of the ongoing, endless beatings, so much blood had accumulated in her sinuses that she could no longer breathe through her nose.
That's so sick,
Her digestive
bro.
system...
I be scared of shit like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I genuinely be scared of shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. I do. And I feel bad for the parents, bro, because having a daughter and then niggas gotta go through shit like this because they daughter's rejecting a nigga asking her out at school. Like, come on, bro. Y'all ladies be so careful, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Even anybody be careful, bro, because nigga, this could happen to anybody. Y'all know about the Emmett Till situation, bro. Even with that, when the nigga, I forgot the whole story about that, but it was about him messing with a white family or a white girlfriend, and they family dragged him on the back of a truck, like fully dragged him on the back while they was driving the shit, and it took his whole skin off. So it's just the fact that it's like, bro, the fact that a lot of this shit stem from like relationship shit or like trying to get relations with somebody, bro, is so fucking, that's the scariest part about it.
Because of the ongoing, endless beatings, so much blood had accumulated in her sinuses that she could no longer breathe through her nose. Her digestive system was also beginning to refuse food and water. If she attempted to eat or drink anything, she would instantly vomit. This also led to severe...
Old niggas always trying to give out lore. What the fuck? So a nigga can't just tell the niggas that's... A nigga can't just tell people be careful? Nigga? I'm trying to tell niggas to be careful.
Her digestive system was
and
also...
y'all niggas talking about, play the video, bro. Oh my god, you talking too damn much. Nigga, I'm trying to tell niggas damn be careful.
Refuse food and water. If she attempted to eat or drink anything, she would instantly vomit. This also led to severe dehydration. Anytime she would vomit, her attackers would get angry and beat her even further.
Sick though, bro.
A vicious cycle that had no end in sight. When the nights got even colder, she was forced to sleep on the balcony of the home in extreme cold temperatures, sometimes near or below freezing. Eventually, one of the men that the attackers would invite over to the house to see Junko would go on to tell someone else about her, his brother. This brother of his ended up informing the police about what was going on at the Minato house. 2 officers were soon dispatched to go check things out. Minato's parents came to the door. When the police explained the situation, the parents simply responded that there was no girl in the house. The police took it at face value, thanked them, and left, without ever bothering to check even a single detail.
Wait, huh?
A single value simply responded that they're at the door. When the police explained the situation, the parents simply responded that there was no girl in the house. The police took it at face value, thanked them, and left, without ever bothering to check even a single detail.
What? Too busy yapping.
After 20 days of torture, Junko was rendered completely unable to walk. She had had lighter fluid poured on her legs and set on fire, leaving her with severe...
Oh my gosh, bro. So the parents are scared of little niggas. The dad don't know kung fu or some shit? Bro, they gotta know something. Like, I know they got switchblades or something, bro. Not even switches, guns. I'm talking about, like, knives or something. Like, they got something, bro. Nigga, it's your damn daughter in there, bro. They don't want to lose their rep. They have good rep in the community. See, that's that bullshit, bro. That's the whole shit about that whole Yakuza thing,
check
bro.
Even a single detail.
Anything, like, revolved around that shit. I'm listening.
After 20 days of torture, Junko was...
A lot of this shit processes after he says it. Like, it processes after the nigga say it. For real, for real. What the fuck?
After 20 days of torture, Junko was rendered completely unable to walk. She had had lighter fluid poured on her legs and set on fire, leaving her with severe burns. Her legs had also been targeted so severely during the beatings that they were left with severe muscle damage.
I don't understand.
She was unable to grip
anything.
anything.
To do any of that shit though, like, what's the reason of setting the legs on fire or anything? Like
Her with severe burns. Her legs had also been targeted so severely during the beatings that they were left with severe muscle damage. She was unable to grip anything with her hands anymore, as they had been smashed with dumbbells to the point where her bones were crushed and her fingernails were shattered. Some nights later, the attackers got more rowdy than usual and ended up drinking too much. Junko took this as a chance to try to escape. She crawled down the stairs from the bedroom and reached the phone downstairs. She picked up the phone and began to call the police. The phone rang, and an officer picked up. Just as she was about to speak, Hiroshi came up behind her and grabbed the phone from her hands. He put the receiver to his ear and said, "I dialed by mistake," hanging up the phone. She was then pulled back into the bedroom. She was in complete terror, as she would obviously be severely punished for this. And she was correct. They punished her by holding her down and taunting her by waving a candle's flame all around her. Then they covered her entire body, mainly her legs, in lighter fluid and set her on fire once more. Afterwards, she started convulsing. The boys told everyone that she was faking it and set her on fire once again, only to put it out shortly after. Somehow, she survived. From this point on, she began begging her captors to just kill her and be done with it. They wouldn't grant her that favor.
I feel that's so.
After being set on fire, they discovered a new way to torture her. The boys would hold her head against the concrete while the others would jump on it. One can only imagine what kind of pain and damage this would have caused. After about 30 days, Junko was no longer able to urinate properly. She had suffered severe damage to her genitals after they had been burned with cigarette lighters. She also had various foreign objects inserted into her, many sharp and jagged. Even fireworks had been inserted into her. The fireworks were not limited to only one orifice, as they were also inserted into her anus, mouth, and ears as well. She was left with eardrum damage so severe that she was nearly deaf at this point. Her hands and feet were so damaged that she could hardly move. At best, she could crawl. It took her over an hour to crawl to the bathroom. A later report showed that her brain size was greatly reduced by this point in time. Due to her hellish appearance, the boys no longer found her attractive. They used the same strategy again to abduct and gang another 19-year-old woman while she was on her way home from work.
What?
During these
Bro,
44
somebody in that goddamn city had to like do something to these little niggas. Please tell me they did, bro. Somebody in that damn city had to catch these little niggas or something, bro.
During these 44 days of hell, Junko Furuta was forced to withstand the most unspeakable torture and suffering that a person can imagine. Some of what was done to her includes being many times every single day, day and night, in all orifices. More than 100 men are believed to have raped her by the end. Sometimes she was raped by up to 12 different attackers in a single day. Constant humiliation. She was forced to be left naked most of the time. Many of the men who raped her also urinated on her. She was forced to pleasure herself in front of the attackers for their entertainment. She was beaten physically every day. She was beaten with golf clubs, iron rods, bamboo sticks, and various other objects. She had dumbbells dropped all over her body and her head stomped against the ground, face first.
Like her body was.
She had hot wax poured all over her face with a focus on her eyelids. Her eyelids were also burned with cigarettes and cigarette lighters. She was violated with a long list of various objects shoved into all orifices, including but not limited to bottles, both broken and unbroken, iron bars, scissors, roasting needles, chicken skewers, and more. She was given only the strict bare minimum of food and water. At times, she was forced to eat cockroaches and drink urine.
What the fuck, bro?
She had fireworks put into all of her orifices, leaving damage and severe burns. She had her left nipple ripped off by a pair of pliers. She would be tied up flat on the floor and had dumbbells dropped all over her body. The drops on her abdomen were so hard that it caused her to lose all control of her bowels. She was hung from the ceiling and used as a punching bag. She was shoved into a freezer and kept there for hours at a time. Her eyelids were burned with hot wax and lighters when she closed her eyes in fear. Her breasts were stabbed with sewing needles, the needles often being left inside. Her genitals were burned with cigarettes and lighters. She had a hot, lit light bulb inserted into her vagina and moved around until it shattered. By the end, she looked like a completely different person after all of the damage. It was hard to even make out.
Oh my gosh, bro. And the fact that she like genuinely not even trying to say that, but like genuinely dying in GTA would have been better than that shit that she was put through, bro. Genuinely. Dying in GTA deadass would have been better than that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Genuinely dying in GTA would have been better than that shit, bro. The fact she had to go through every single last one of those and still stayed alive is the saddest part. That's the saddest part of it all, bro. And it's like she had no one, like, even, like, it's different if she was going through it and like someone fixed her up afterwards. Someone found them and they helped her and she got back, restored her. But the fact she had to just keep going through this, and nothing was happening, bro. She just had to keep going through it. It was a continuous cycle for her life. That's the saddest part, bro.
Her facial features. Her body was severely damaged and crippled, and she smelled as if she were already rotting. She was continuously heavily bleeding from her genitals from all of the abuse. She wheezed heavily, struggling to breathe from all of the blood accumulated in her sinuses. On day 40, January 1st, Junko woke up to New Year's Day alone. She spent the day begging to be killed, completely unable to move. 3 days later, on the fateful day of the 4th of January, the boys challenged Junko to a game of Mahjong Solitaire and forced her to play. Somehow, even in her condition, she won the game. This infuriated her captors, who treated her to a severe beating with an iron barbell, and then poured lighter fluid all over her arms, her legs, her stomach, and finally her face, dumping lighter fluid even into her eyes. Then they put a candle to her face, igniting it all. She weakly attempted to put out the flames, but didn't have the strength to do so. This final torture lasted for a grueling 2 hours altogether.
What the fuck?
Already having been in a horrible condition, Junko went into shock and finally died the following day. Minato's brother called him within 24 hours to inform him that Junko had died. The boys all rushed over to the house in a panic. Fearing what would certainly be a life sentence, or even a death sentence, the boys started to freak out. But they came up with a plan. The captors then put her body into a 55-gallon oil drum and filled it to the brim with concrete. A small bit of Junko's long hair was poking out the top of the concrete, something they apparently didn't notice. They disposed of the barrel at a construction site in Koto, Tokyo.
Like, genuinely.
Seeing that place now.
Like, bro, I don't even know if the actual Yakuza. Like, that's, bro, they genuinely freaking out after this shit is done, bro. Nigga, y'all was doing this for 40 days, bro. Y'all was doing this shit for 40 days, and none of y'all niggas, all y'all Yakuza want. The Yakuza don't even. I don't even think the Yakuza does crazy ass shit like this. Genuinely, bro. So the fact that y'all niggas did all of this shit, not one of y'all niggas had a singular thought. The other niggas doing this shit, they act like they was trying to get a relationship with her or some shit. Like, y'all niggas genuinely them niggas don't have no souls. They don't got souls, bruh. They don't got souls. Them niggas are goddamn there the whole time, helping that nigga do all of this extra shit on some shit they not even involved in. Bro, come on, bro. There's no way there's no possible way, and none of them niggas had like sisters or seen their mom or like, come on, bro. There's no way you could just do that and then just, come on, bro. Every single last one of you niggas.
Oh, you'd never imagine something like this was buried there. There was originally a good chance that the police would never find out who did this. There weren't any clues to go on. Luckily, Hiroshi is a moron. While he was being questioned by the police 2 weeks later involving their recent gang of the unrelated 19-year-old woman, he got confused and thought the police were talking about Junko, as the cases were so similar. And thinking that one of the other boys must have already confessed, he spilled the beans. He realized his mistake, but it was already too late, and he told the police where they had hid the body. Joe Ogura had already been arrested for another unrelated sexual assault case. He was quickly also arrested for Junko's case as well. The other boys were then arrested within the next few days. Later, the drum was finally opened and the concrete was broke open, revealing Junko's long-deceased body in a nightmare-inducing, horrific condition. Junko's family was notified and told of what happened to her in detail. When her mother heard the details of what was done to her, she fainted. She ended up in a long-term stay in a psychiatric hospital.
Y'all didn't do shit.
An autopsy was performed on Junko, revealing the true horror of what had happened to her.
parents, y'all didn't
Small
do
bottles were
fucking
found
shit.
still stuck in her rectal cavity, and it was revealed that she was pregnant, although the damage to her uterus was severe.
What the f?
Her face was so completely mutilated that she had to be identified by her
That's
fingerprints.
so fucking. Oh my gosh, bro. And it's so sad, bro, because it's from 130. Bro, all of those niggas dead ass need death and more than death, even after death, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Genuinely.
Was so completely mutilated that she had to be identified by her fingerprints. Being that they were juveniles, the court withheld the names of the 4 captors. But journalists from Shukan Bunshin magazine were able to find out exactly who they were and publish the names of all of them, stating that they were inhuman and therefore didn't deserve human rights. Nobody really contested this. As we know, they were Hiroshi Miyano, 18 at the time,
They were not doing nothing.
Joe
human.
Ogura, also 18 at the time,
Wasn't a human
Nobuharu
soul in those
Minato,
bodies,
who was
bro.
16 at the time, and Yasushi
Straight
Watanabe,
demons.
who was 17. All 4 of these monsters were caught and sent to trial. During each trial, it was pretty common for onlookers to pass out upon hearing the details of the case. Even with all that they had done, they didn't really show any semblance of remorse. And despite all of this, they received extremely light sentences for such horrific crimes.
What? What the fuck?
They were actually still being tried as
What the fuck you mean light sentences, Nick? What the fuck?
juveniles for such horrific crimes. They were actually still being tried as juveniles, but after much backlash, they were changed to adult status. Still, after being upgraded to adult status, they received unbelievably light sentences. Something that, to this day, continues to enrage people who hear about this case.
What the fuck are you talking about? How the fuck? These niggas are... There's niggas... There's niggas getting life. There's niggas getting life over shit that they deserve life of course. But these niggas literally deserve afterlife at this point, my nigga. Like, how the fuck are they getting light sentence? I don't give a fuck if they was 12, gang, doing this shit. How the fuck are these niggas getting light sentences? Years instead of life? Over shit like this? And y'all niggas are not putting them into the... Like, oh my god. And you're putting them in regular shit. They're not even putting them... Bro, please... Niggas not even putting them in the pit? That's the thing I'm not understanding. How are they not getting life in the pit?
The boys, somehow, were not charged with murder. Instead, they received a charge called causing bodily injury resulting in death.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
In Japan...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Japan, you're fucking... Oh my gosh, you're fucking... Whoever Japan lawyers are, whoever the fuck Japan juries are, you're fucking retarded, bro. I ain't gonna lie. At least around this time. I don't know if y'all niggas changed now, but y'all niggas are fucking
The juvenile
stupid.
court system is far more focused on rehabilitation rather than punishment.
She's dead.
Something that you'll remember if you saw my
She's
Yukio
fucking
Yamaji
dead. They
video.
burned her alive, gang. Plus,
Usually this
55
means that
other
juveniles
chicks they
will
did.
end up getting relatively very low sentences. Hiroshi was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Minato got a 5 to 7 year sentence himself. Watanabe got 9 years, and Joe got an 8-year sentence.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid.
One
Oh my
sad
gosh,
thing...
Oh my fucking gosh, bro. Yo, I pray. Oh my gosh, bro. I pray, bro, that these shits are not like this in Japan somewhere around this time and age, bro. Please do not tell me that it's damn near the same way, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas are getting years for genuinely probably the worst thing I heard somebody do to another human. And I've heard some crazy shit before, but this is top 1, nigga. This is top 1. You're giving niggas 20 years, 5 to 7 years over that? Over the shit they... You're letting these niggas roam the streets, bro. Genuinely. Like, do they not understand that they're letting these niggas roam
is that
the
these
streets?
monsters actually received even lower sentences than that at first. They were only increased to the still low amount after an appeal. It was so low that some people even questioned if their Yakuza ties were to blame for this. By the time of this recording, every single one of the 4 boys is out of jail and living free. 3 of them were in jail for less than 8 years. Hiroshi, the ringleader, was sentenced to 17 years originally. He tried to appeal, but as kind of a fuck you, the judge actually upped his case to 20 years. The same thing happened to 2 of the other boys, and after seeing enough, the 4th boy decided not to try to appeal. However, they all ended up getting out long before those sentences were actually up. And I bet you're wondering if they continued to commit crimes after they got out of jail. Well, let's see. After Nobuhara Minato got out of jail, he changed his first name to Shinji. He did this for obvious reasons. In 2006, he got married to a woman from Romania and had a daughter together. They soon divorced, and the wife ended up with custody of the child. Minato couldn't stay away from murder for too long. He was eventually arrested again for the attempted murder of a businessman. The man had noticed Minato staring at him, to which he asked, "What are you looking at?" Minato came over and punched the man. The man then got out of his car and a fight ensued. It escalated to the point that Minato took out a baton and beat him severely. As the victim tried to get back into his car, Minato slashed his neck with a knife he had hidden. The police were called at some point and they rushed to aid the victim. In the chaos, Minato escaped.
Y'all niggas can't be serious.
He was soon caught and arrested. He denied attempted murder, saying he only intended to beat the man. The case is ongoing. Joe Ogura was released in August of 1999.
Y'all cannot be serious.
He also ended up changing his name to Joe Kamisaku. He actually had the gall to brag about his role in the kidnap and torture. His father had vowed to give their entire life savings to Junko's family out of shame. But Joe ended up taking this money and using it for himself to live a fairly extravagant lifestyle. Joe's mother wasn't much better, as she actually vandalized Junko's grave, saying that it was Junko who ruined her son's life. Joe actually managed to find some women to date him. He ended up marrying a Chinese woman, but the marriage didn't last too long. Afterwards, he started dating another woman. He went back to prison in July 2004 for 7 years for beating a guy he thought was Junko's grave, saying that it was Junko who ruined her son to live a shame. He actually had the gall to brag about his role in the kidnap and torture. His father had vowed to give their entire life savings to Junko's family out of shame. But Joe ended up taking this money and using it for himself to live a fairly extravagant lifestyle. Joe's mother wasn't much better, as she actually vandalized Junko's grave, saying that it was Junko who ruined her son's life. Joe actually managed to find some women to date him. He ended up marrying
too far from the tree, I see. Genuinely. It's the way this nigga grew up. It's who he grew up around. I can dead ass see that. It's the way this who this nigga I can see. I can see who he got his traits from. He just carried them on way worse. Oh my gosh, bro. She ruined her son's life knowing what the nigga literally did. Knowing what the nigga did, bro.
Marrying a Chinese woman, but the marriage didn't last too long. Afterwards, he started dating another woman. He went back to prison in July 2004 for 7 years for beating a guy he thought was luring his girlfriend away from him. He had kidnapped and beaten the man for 4 hours. He proudly told the victim that he had killed before and would do it again. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Bro, y'all niggas are,
but in 2009, he was once again free. And he is still free to this day.
What the fuck is the Japanese jail system, bro?
The ringleader, Hiroshi Miyano, went right back into his previous gang activity immediately after being released from prison. He was arrested for fraud at some point after this, but didn't see jail time for it. Right now, it seems that he's living a fairly normal life. Some might even say a good life. He is a regular patron at a local kickboxing gym and appears to have a normal social life. As of now, Yasushi Watanabe is the only one of the 4 boys who hasn't been arrested since. Because of that, it's not really known what he's been up to. Since the investigation first started, the police have been able to get DNA from the sperm and pubic hairs found in evidence to link several more criminals to the crime, including 2 men named Koichi Ihara and Tetsuo Nakamura, both of whom were arrested, and there are probably many others who have not been revealed to the public. It is unknown if they will all face any sort of charges. Time will tell. So there it is, the worst case I've ever heard of. I get this question a lot, and it's just always this one. There are a couple of others that come kinda close, but it's really hard to top something like this. I mean, you've got the brutality, the length, the scale.
I've never heard a case worse
So
than
asking if you like this video seems a little bit fucked up. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It helps me out. Although I doubt this video is going to really be pushed, but nah. If you like dark content like this, be sure to subscribe. I do a lot of it. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, I do have a Patreon page that's linked in the description. Speaking of which, shout out to my top patrons.
Fuck my night up, man.
David McLaughlin, Marsh, Buffazerk, Lonro,
I'm gonna give you a like though, bro, because he
Jewel
did a good job
Lori
explaining this
Tayaba,
shit.
Kemi Lu,
He did a
Ken
good
Keith,
job explaining this shit,
Lux
bro.
Alpaca,
But that shit
Charity,
low-key just fucked my night up,
Skooky
bro.
Mane, Foxlicity,
I ain't gonna
Jackie,
lie.
Lavender Wise, and Tracer Ferguson.
Oh my god.
The list is finally long enough that I have to scroll down in the middle. Meaning, you guys are the best. And happy Halloween.
I might even watch Mr. Beast's video after this or some shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Literally. I need something positive after this. This shit has got this shit got me tripping, bro.